Now, we're 25 days into the new year 2024, and tell you what, we'll still keep going, and we're all about sporting activities in the country. Here on Thursday, we'll bring you live Temidlalo. It is a chance to also give other sporting codes, apart from football, a chance to shine and let you know what is it that is happening in the country when we talk about other sporting codes. So Thursday has been dedicated for that chance. And to begin things with, we'll look at the so much anticipated Golf Autism Day this coming weekend on the 27th and the 28th this coming weekend. The second edition, by the way, where we'll have special guests in the studio just to take a look at the preparations. What can we expect in this year's edition? What has changed? What has improved? And what is yet to take center stage in this tournament? Otherwise, moving from that with our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, boxing. There was a tournament over the weekend. Athletics, there's so much question marks that are being raised within the athletics because during the qualifiers of All Africa Games, only 2 local clubs turned up for the event. What's so wrong? Our in-house Linda Dlamini analyst will be here to talk about the so much lack of numbers when it comes to athletics these days. What's the question mark? What is happening with this association that was promising so much numbers in the past? As you can see, the numbers were quite low. We'll talk about other sporting codes such as rugby. Most of these sporting codes, by the way, they were getting back to their activities this past weekend. So we just hit and run on all these sports and see what they were doing, including rugby, like I just highlighted. We look at what they were all about this past weekend, what they're trying to achieve. Remember, they're all about trying to introduce a 7-a-side to ensure that in the upcoming years they're able to compete internationally. Otherwise, table tennis, in one way of moving from Babane Manzini corridor, they visited one specific area in the Lubombo region. There's a club called Dakota. It's a table tennis by the club. We hear from the president, Percy Zulu, and some of the athletes that are already dominating the sport within the Lubombo region. What's happening? By Kanganani would see Igzina Ifige Kona Elbonjini. Otherwise, sit tight, don't go anywhere because we are live on different platforms, be it YouTube, be it on your socials, be it also in the comfort of your seat at home. On School Channel. Once again, your host, Fabrice Msonera, and nothing has changed. We begin with the guest in the studio. I'm joined by 2 special guests for the occasion of Autism Golf Day this coming weekend. On the far right, in the blue outfit, that is the head of corporate affairs at Ubombo Sugar. That is Mr. Leonard Ntsimanze. They are part of the sponsors. They have put a hand in the Autism Golf Day. He's there to give us the bigger picture about the involvement and why golf. They could have chosen another sporting codes, but they're involved also in other sporting codes, including football. We hear from Mr. Ntsimanze, what can we expect this weekend? And the so well-known face in the golf industry. He doesn't disappoint. His presence is always appreciated. Mr. Meshach Zwane. One day I will reveal why he's the top coach in the country, because he has given a platform and a chance to coach some of the senior citizens in the country. It's your first time in the studio. Good to see you. Welcome to the show this evening.
Thank you for having me. Good evening to all our viewers.
Yes, all right. Beautiful stuff. Thank you for your presence, Coach. So say hi.
Sibonga kakhulu. Nami ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi namuhla siphinde futhi sibuye sitakhuluma nge-Autism Golf Day. Leli tako le-pro-am siyabonga kakhulu.
Cishe ngaveta the other secret, but ngatibamba. Ukuthi one of the best coaches who coaches some of the senior citizens of the country.
Tibambe.
All right, Ntsimanze, ngoba vele you are, the so much, would say, new guest in the studio. The event is coming this weekend, 27 to 28, Autism Golf Day. Involvement here as Ubombo Sugar Association. How did you come about to be involved in this, initiative that brings sport and trying to sensitize issues related to autism?
Yeah, thank you, sir. I think first of all, I think it's important for us to understand that as an organization, we work with people. Our organization exists because of people. And obviously we understand that people do have different conditions. Some are medical related. And us as an organization, obviously, we do want to stay close to some of these conditions and see what we can do to change them around. Autism, we know it's a medical condition. As an organization, we do have a fully fledged hospital. And some of these cases that are autistic related were diagnosed in our hospitals. So as I speak now, we do have quite a number of our employees that have got dependents that are living with the condition. And obviously that's where then our involvement starts as a company.
All right. Coach, when you came, I think last week, with the director of autism, we talked about the readiness of the tournament. This is the second edition, and not only does it give a chance to people living with autism and to sensitize about the issue of autism, but just to talk about the turn-up. This is the second edition. Injal the turn-up so far. You're part of the management the tournament. But in terms of the turn-up so far, how are the numbers?
Number zisetulu kakhulu. Nyalo nje sikhuluma ukuthi we have 54 golfers. And the numbers asetulu kakhulu. Inkinga lekhona the golf course ngeke ikhona lokumanager inombolo lenkulu. So sesisqueeze kulo 54, otherwise best that Kansas siya go 60-70.
Now it's coach. Now see ni squeeze to 54. Show see say register say valid.
Yes, say valid registration.
Okay.
Yes. And nale tingapani leti sponsorship nato cha siyabonga kakhulu support di positive disetulu kakhulu. And the beauty about it ukuthi abakafakile imali kuphela batobe labo CEO nabo balinkampani batobe bakhona batotibonela ukuthi lo msebenzi uhamba kahle yini. Sibonga nje kakhulu ukuthi uBombo Sugar Limited asive lokuthi nasiqhamuka sithi sicela kusebenzisa igaluva as a vehicle abone vele kufanele lokuthi cha akube ngiyo, and siyamangala futhi nathi siyabonga kakhulu lokuthi nani umsakazo lokuthi nisisekele. Siyabona vele inombolo ikhulile, and also again lesikutholile I think utakusha msebenzi ukuthi sifunza seselibombo ngiso lesi affecteke kakhulu kulesifo kule level kangwane inombolo tesabisa. Bekangitshela nje ukuthi singangena ukuthi there are cases la nga report ongakhanza ukuthi maningi nala reportiwe. So uyabona ke ukuthi lo msebenzi leswendako utaliphakamisa live, and ke kokugcina ngifuna ukusho nje ngaka buyisele emva matomo besikhuluma ukuthi yathi ukuthi ninsinenda info ndikhanze sensinza lokunye lokuhle I-tourism siyayicelebrate namhla ama-hotela onke lendasi agcwele. You can't book accommodation
for people who came for this edition
because of the golf this week. Loko kusho something again lokuthi nasebenza sibambene sive siconze kukhona lokuhle ngokulo bese siyakuveta lo la kuvetile ke, but it's true uBombo Sugar siyababonga kakhulu ukuthi bane vision le buka sive lokuthi noma basebenzisa they are not profit driven, babuka lokuthi naso sive asiphile kude batokhona kusebenza nawo. Siya celebrate kakhulu, and also kokugcina ke the professionals lamanye they are coming far as South Africa. They're going to be driving as early as 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. They're coming
be in the country.
To be in the country. They're coming to support the event. When Utabutini was not for this tournament, was I'll do anything just to support this tournament. So ngiloko shiseke lokuthi isetulu kakhulu siyabonga sicela futhi laba supportile ukuthi baqhube ba support kuhle kakhulu.
Mr. Nzimanze, I think Logunye, before maybe we look at other projects that you're involved in trying to promote sport, there is something that must have caught your attention. Yes, you highlighted that ninasosibhedlela ukhanza ukuthi you've got specific patients of this issue, but on your side and with the office that you head, the corporate affairs, which is the image of the company, what touches you the most? Autism for golf, yes, we understand they're trying to use as a sport, but for you, what really touches you the most to say we need to be involved in a competition that brings autism to light?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for me is to look at what has been happening. The biggest thing is the stigmatization.
True.
People that are living with the condition, obviously, they are more like treated like they are outcast in society. They are misinterpreted by people. And I think these are cases that obviously we have seen, and we've seen how certain people will interpret others. Obviously, us as an organization, I think it's something that we certainly are saying we want to change the narrative. We want people who would see by understanding, who would see, yebo, I can have the condition, but I'm also human. And obviously, I can also contribute to society. And probably for me, that's the biggest one, is just to try and change the narrative, educating people about the condition. You know, before we came to the studio, I was actually sharing with Mr. Eswatini, and I said to him, until 3 years ago, myself, I was not aware, or I didn't have that much of information that I have now about the condition. I thought I knew about people having autism, but until I was educated about it, and that's when I started seeing that us as an organization, I think there's a lot that we can do to try and change things around.
Talking about you as an organization, not only does the brand of the T-shirt just rephrase some of the involvement that you're involved in as an organization, there's a football club that you are supporting, yes. Fully Ilovo. You are involved in football activities within the Lubombo Sugar. We've seen sponsorships for countless time. How has been your journey in sports? In the sports, I think in football, there is also golf. Yeah. There could be others. Maybe you highlight. How is the journey in sports so far as Lubombo Sugar?
Yeah, the journey, I think we are at a point where we can say that it's ongoing. I think it's a journey that we can say we haven't arrived. Certainly there's a lot of things that we still want to do as an organization. We are involved in quite a number of sports. You touched on soccer. As you know, we do have a football club that we are fully sponsoring, Ilovo FC. We have recreational facilities, and I think it's something that certainly we have so much passion as an organization to make sure that our people, they don't just come to work, but we want to make sure that we support wellness yabo, we support their health, and that they can achieve through sports. And that is why I think involvement here to Valley, it doesn't just end in golf. Like you know, we have a golf course on the estate. We've got stadiums on the estate. We've got tennis on the estate. We've got gym on the estate. We've got quite a number, and we you know, in October last year, we sent over 500 of our employees to join Imbube Marathon. And they were all fully sponsored by the organization. So it's something that there's quite a number of things that we are certainly doing as an organization, just to make sure that our people remain healthy. Because healthy organization is a profitable organization, and that's how we look at it.
Coach, not to shy away from the interview, I'm using the opportunity because he's here to you know, touch on other issues. But Coach, nasibuka nje ilanga lekugcibelo, qala nje day one, expectation injani? Siyafika faka pass bag lami ngiyasho. What's the program on the day? 9 holes, 18 holes, nje. Na uhlele nje as a golfer, what should you have in your mind? Saturday kuyaqalwa ngifika ngasiphi isikhathi kwendekana on the day.
Okay, itaqala shots nga 9 o'clock bomb start. Kepha ke isikhathi ukuthi ama golfers afike nga 8 sitawendela litiya. si-avoida ukuthi ngoba igcwele kakhulu golf course bese sesiyema halfway nasidlala afternoon holes sendla ukuthi bahambe nje once so ke sitabendela litiya shothi ngalabo 8 7 bese ke sesimela lokuthi sebahamba ke sebaya ke lapha usha khona emathiyen so ke ngiko lesikwenda but ke after the game sitawuba nje nesikhashana lapha khona sitawubambisa kancane lithumbu shothi ilunch yethu and then ke bese sesiyasuka lapho sesitaba ne-competition lamabili sitawubuka lokwathi kushaya ibhola ayisonze emgodini noma efaka emgodini sonke nje sitaba endzaweni yinye ka number 1 bese nasicetha lapho sesiyahamba ke siyobuka the most exciting lokho kanjana i-longest drive sitawubuka lo shaya ibhola kwendlula nawo wonke lo tabe alapha
we still talking about 9 or 18 holes
shothi sitayendela lapha ka number 6 umgodzi lobheka number 6 le longest drive
but the tournament itself it's 9 holes
it's 18 holes
18 holes
yes so ke nasicetha lapho all the professionals sekato ke atobe already ukuthi amukele ngoba nazidlala sehlukene ama skills ehlukene khona lohlulwa kuyikhipha lapha emhlabathini khona lohluleka nase around the green khona lohluleka ekusukeni so sitabe sifuna ukuthi sive labantu nje ukuthi mina ngihluleka kuphi singakusita kuphi ngiloko labantu bebakwenda lama professionals and then ke nasebacetheke lapho sesiyophumula ke labanye ke sibawuhlala ke sebaphumula sebaxoxa nje ngale game sebalungisela kusasa sekahamba ke ama professionals sekawuphumula ngoba phela nasemsebenzini nakavuka ekseni Sunday morning again siya through i-breakfast Sunday morning I believe ngiveshaman arts manje tawufuna ukuthi manesha elanyana ngalo 8 shothi ke sitawufuna ama rivals at least nga 7 bakhona ukuthatha breakfast so longa sitawushaya sendelani ensambama kutaba netinkhulumo bantu labadzala babonga lo msebenzi kufuna sibe nesikhathi esanele nebantu bathu kulungiselela seke lapho sesengimncintiswana I mean sekuna ke lama prize presentation
what's the bigger prize coach it's a motivational event trying to but what's the bigger prize
lena ngeke ngihlebele ngoba nalaba sponsorishako basekimi imvuko emcubeni
but ikhona prize expected
akhona ayikuthi ikhona prize akhona ama prize different teams istawati nje ukuthi inkampani lebe champion lehlule ongetongeni inkampani less than kutabe kwenteka lokho kanike Saturday utawuta maybe udlalele FNB ngibekisa ngaye ngoba ukhona ukhanze ukuthi awusadlali Saturday sengena labanye so lama point enu alla sitawahlanganisa nawo laba ngikole sitawubona ngako ukuthi wo wina FNB noma kuwina SPTC
noma kuwina ubombo show
noma kuwina laba bavele bashaya labasigicita noma kuwina ubombo shuka so ke lokho sitakubuka and but laba sibafasile this time asifuni ngeke phela bahoste bashaya sibagadzile vele simake bona
okay
yes
Last words, Babenzimans, before I let you go, I know you have got a busy schedule coming to the weekend and maybe extend to the sporting courts that they should expect something. Maybe in share in your office and see as a sugere matubani manugula malang something going forward. But the bigger message comes first for the event, Saturday and Sunday, and the sports fraternity at large.
Yeah, I think for us as an organization is just to thank other organizations that have partnered with the Autism Eswatini in driving this initiative. I think it's quite evident that we are not the only sponsor. There is quite a number of them, and I think what is exciting me is to see the list. I saw the list of those that have come forward. It goes to show Logutsi I see Nzabayet for Sotvana. We've got others, and they also are probably understanding autism the way that we understand it as an organization. So I think it's also maybe just to for other organizations that probably were not aware if they want to join hands. Okay. If you understand the strategy that they have Autism Eswatini has, the dream that they have, it certainly does call for organizations to come forward and support this great initiative.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. I know you'll be back after the event just to give us the fruitful outcome, and we'll be there. You talked about being there at 7, 8. You know, we keep time, Eswatini TV. We will be there. And one of us, we have a golfer as well in the house. So I'm hoping he'll be part of the golfers. And I don't know if he registered, but I know he took some days off and he's going to be part of the event. Thank you very much, Coach Meshach Zwade. Thank you very much for your support and for what you're doing for the sport fraternity. And we want to know, I know at some point you will extend the hand and just support other sporting codes. Otherwise, a short break. When I come back, our in-house analyst, Linda Dlamini, will join me, and we have a lot to talk about, including such initiatives that promotes autism in the country. After this.
Hello and welcome to Eswatini TV and to a brand new talk show called A Cuppa with Nomgebo. And I do what I have to do because I know where I'm going. All 5 of my mothers have inspired me.
So the addiction didn't happen then. It happened again another 8 years later. But that's where it started.
Choices I made at the time were not the best choices for myself.
I understand how a person can lose their mind in terms of life experiences.
That's what it looks like, and I like that. But you know what? The journey to my success is never a straight line.
Yeah, people are on the net now, and that's where we'd like to catch them with such shows.
What do you think the best part of traveling is? Is it the food, or is it the conversation, or is it the sights and sound? If you're ready to explore, we are ready to show you the best way how. We'll give you access to the best luxury getaway sites in the Kingdom of Eswatini, and of course show you vacation sites that suit your budget, because you do not need a lot of money to actually have a great time. Join us on the next adventure on Buhle Bethu, only on Eswatini TV.
Now, we're still with you. This is Eswatini TV Sports and your edition of Lipo Eswatini. It's Thursday, and that means we give an opportunity to other sporting codes. And that means this man is here.
Ngiyabonga Fabrice, ngiyabonga Sibalo Mngumukela, ngitithola ukukhulumvuselena umbukelo weSwatini TV. Yilo viewer. Ngilesine Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi njengoba usho ukuthi sikhuluma tonke Temidlalo luhlelo lolufaka tonke tsineke la emsakadweni Swatini TV asikhethe mhlambe ukuthi une sports X lesikhulu kuna sports Y no sicover onke ngicabanga ukuthi over the years sikhonile cover mhlambe bo judo gymnastic hockey angling, athletics, rugby, konke zama ukuthi sitama
skateboard,
konke uyabona sitama ukuthi ngawo onke emandla umbukeli ahlale athola lokusha lokuphinze kube nemsoco lata kujabulela ahlete ekhaya.
Ngiyathi ukuthi Ngosi you have a list of the sporting codes that your heart, you love all the sports, but nathi sengihle ngikubukela nje uchaza sometimes there are some of the sporting codes you give special attention, and athletics
ongathola special attention.
Yes, but athletics amatubane they've got a special place in your heart.
Yeah,
but kula malanga man kumgico
yeah.
kula malanga
yeah, washo yona sibalo wami ngumgico. Fabrice tinva tihambe kahle ngeke size sikubalekele lokho. Tinva tihambe kahle ku athletics Eswatini. Eminyakeni lophelile letinkinga ticale kakhulu eminyakeni lophelile lapho khona ema teams ngasho ukuthi abenesishukumiso sekuthi yena mengameli lokhona la ka athletics at the moment Zakhele Dlamini akabeke phasi bazama ke kuyenta lesishukumiso sabo kwathi kusahamba lesishukumiso leso wase uyasuspendwa yena Muzi wakamabuza lo ngicoach waka Matubane lapha even isikhathi lesiningi ba coach national team kanzi kumanzini athletics wathi na ko suspendwa Muzi wasuka ke lo msindvo waya eTulu athi ama teams cha ke phela angeke nize nimsuspendele ngekuthi mhlambe nguye losuse leso sishukumiso uyabona tabati nengiletindzaba Fabrice ema teams kwagcina kuvele ukuthi ema events lata hostwa ngiyo eathletics Eswatini angeke baze bawa attend last weekend bekunema All Africa Games qualifiers ema teams letile mabili kuphela
empty.
Boka Fabriceiteam yinye TZD yakhe mengameli Zakhele lelenye iRes bese kuba ne guest team lechamuka eMozambique lefikile yafika yakhanza kunje in fact
sini ngathi na icotha iPortuguese le nabakhuluma iPortuguese utsi bakhanzela kangwane kungabe
no Fabrice vele akuhambi kahle like lokhu kusithombele lesibi kakhulu nawubuka nje ukuthi imshiyalo wa na kulama standing ngale uvamisile kuyikhanza correctional uvamisile ukukhanza ireps uvamisile ukukhanza manzini athletics uvamisile ukukhanza inhlangano konke ocishe onke lama clubs abekangekho onke athi lama clubs angeke size participate kuma events ayo association because le team lesithe attendeke uzamile kubakhulumisa sports council eminyakeni lophelile but still akwenteki lendvo labayifuna. I think ukwaveta ke mhlambe na president kuthi utawubeka pass after mhlambe March.
So the issue, okay, stakhuluma nama preparations because these were the qualifiers for All Africa Games in Ghana. And then ngiva ngazuthi bataba affected if they don't get the special attention. You can see the talent. You're one of the countries that are talented when it comes to athletics in the country. Kahle the issue isemkhatsini wa Zakhele Dlamini na Muzi Mabuza.
But onke lama teams athi siyayiva lenvo le show ngcoach. In fact kakhulu yaqala lendzaba Fabrice last year nakhamba Sibusiso Matsenjwa bekumele ukuthi ahambe na coach aye kuma World Championships nakumele ahambe na coach bekumele ahambe na coach Muzi yathi association no Muzi akasale coach akasale utathi hambela Sibusiso Matsenjwa ne program yakhe because une program yakhe because bakasola gym South Africa athi mhlambe Sibusiso angimata ngifuna ukumkhulumela but kuyevakala lokuthi yena beka willing kuhamba na coach Muzi Mabuza because kube ngicoach coach esikhathi lesithe asesemanzini because before ayojoina iReps uyabona kwasuka ke lo mgico lo ushoko kwaba ngilonge phasi ngilonge eTulu but lama teams at the moment are affected and lama teams athi vele nathi siyayiva lenvo lesho Mabuza until kufikseke lemvo lesithi ayenteke angeke size sitimbanza kayo.
Only 2 teams turned up for the qualifiers, Master. Reps, RS, like you highlighted, and the clubs of the club of the president, TZD. I'm concerned about what the Mozambicans are saying about us. But what's the way forward now? The turn-up was very low. These were the first qualifiers.
Yes.
Qualifiers. Can we have a change of the turn-up? Can more clubs now come in the second turn-up, in the second qualifiers? Is IOGA doing something about it?
Angiboni Fabrice ishintsha indlela ama-teams lende ngayo this past weekend, because bekumele abe khona lama-qualifiers about 2 weeks ago. Angethi lama-teams abe seseyicutshelwa embili. I think Fabrice lokunye lekumele ukuthi siku-understand, ngiyakuva ukhuluma nga-IOGA, ngakubeka lokhu ngingesabi. President waka Athletics, vice president waka IOGA. I think now tsona utawungenelela in IOGA. Utawungena afike athini, because IOGA nguzakhele president waka Athletics. Kulukhuni uzamile sports council kuzama kubahlanganisa, but I think mine if bekungimi labekahola i-association bengavele ngishiye phasi invo yebantu, because the teams asho njalo ngiyola la vota athi sale ubeka phasi, bengavele ngibeke phasi ngikuthula ngiyekele phinze kuqale lo phasi ke kukhethwe nangabe ngiyalingenela likhethwe, then nangabe banginominate ngiphinze ngiqale phasi ngikhethwe kabusha. I think ema teams nasekathite beka phasi bengawubeka mine Linda wakadlamini.
Now, Eswatini TV sports team that the 2 of us were involved, the Eswatini TV sports team, we did try to get both parties, the Zakele side and the Mabuza side, and the association. And we will try to ensure that they come here in the studio, explain the commotion that is ongoing, and try to give us the response, because I think Eswatini are not about the faces, they're all about the results. We want to see athletics moving forward. So Sunday they have an event. We'll try all means, if they don't come in the studio, we maybe get interviews and trying to ensure that this air is cleared, because we've got a long journey. We've got France 2024 Olympic Games, and athletics is one of the sporting codes as a country we rely on when attending international competitions. I want us to move on, but Master, the commotion young tempt I would say I can also since the sporting codes, because the so-called big association then volekanjena igeyaba kancane khona ku rugby, igeyaba khona ka basketball, igeyaba khona ka netball. And these are the people that as fihle we talk to them in public. Ngambuta nhlanhlamapha kwendekana ka basketball uyaphuma kungena in management nawumbuta Webster ukhele kwendekani ka boxing, but likely still maybe in
buka nje ka swimming ukuthi uphume njani Hemenjele. Yeah,
the head coach of the team Nhlanhla, welcome Travis.
Welcome.
Is in charge. Kwendekani Master? I think the issue of positions.
I think Fabrice lokukhulu kakhulu. Sisuke sawenda ama sports sawenda ipolitiki sasesesi lama positions sesi-consent more kuma positions than ekudeveloping the sport.
Khona sikudlako yena sikuma position asikhulume kuvakala.
Kukhona Fabrice
emthethweni noma
no
uyahola na upresident ufuna kubuta lokho na upresident
uyahola phinze nalama ukuthi nangabe kune trip le somewhere ngakuthola lokuncane. So letinvo uyabona le mihlangano, so letinvo leto bese setingena kakhulu kulabamvu labahola lama associations ganze kakhulu i-mandate kumele ukuthi kudevelop sports ngawabala lama associations. Naw uthi uyabuka incanga labangaphasi balwisa longetulu zama kuvikela ligogo lakho ya campaign instead of kuthi ma elections nje some of ma associations bo tennis eyeta nje ma elections kwende nje kuhlangene naw uthi uyabuka incanga nje. So ngicaba ukuthi nako lokukhulu kakhulu the athletes, the sport sesingena edzakeni,
and this is also pushing away the sponsors, because if you are not careful we might not have the sponsors on the table again, as you're mentioning it, Master. Now, thank you very much. Time is against us. We'll have discussion at some point, maybe next week, because we want to investigate properly what is happening, because the Sport Council have to respond. At some point, Olympic movement have to respond, and the clubs. And we're hoping as well soon also the Eswatini association of sports journalists can also have a say, because there is an association of sports journalists. They do cover day-to-day activities when it comes to this association. Now, what's okay weekend again, Master Elbonjen, table tennis. Table tennis.
Okay, Fabrice, i-table tennis uyakhumbula ukuthi eminyakeni lophelile bavetile ukuthi kakhulu sifiso sabo lesikhulu ukuthi bathathe lo mdlalo bawuyise le kubantu. Nawukhuluma ukuthi bawuyisa kubantu outside the Manzini Mbabane corridor. Nge-weekend ke bebadlala kumathetha. So lokwendekile Fabrice kusuke ibadlali ngala eMbabane kaHoho bayodlala nebadlali baselibonjeni, because Stegi Mathetha u-understegi lokusho ukuthi libombo bayodlala ba-introduce lo mdlalo khona. I think lokunye ke Fabrice mhlambe kumele sikuvete siyakhumbula ukuthi towards the end of 2023 bebane workshop lapho khona bebacecesha labo coach basho ukuthi some of the coaches vele batawuhamba nabo naba introduce lo mdlalo le etinzaweni letahlukahlukene, so bebayileke kumathetha bayodlala nebami baselibonjeni labancane nalabadzala. I think Fabrice since bona bophezulu bathethe over le office, yes nabo masinyane kutawiwe le-catred, but since bathatha over le office uyabona Fabrice ukuthi ukhona lo mehluko, bakhonele ukuthola ematafula naku ba-train abantwana labancane labadzala balomdlalo hayi eMbabane Manzini kuphela. And now vake Fabrice lokuthi i-target yabo next bafuna ke ishiselweni kuyodlala wona lo mdlalo khona, because vele akusi nenhlale ngisho Fabrice ema-sports akusiko Mbabane Manzini kuphela. If sifuna mbamba ku-developer le sport, asisithatheni sisimikise kuletinye tifundza le emaphandleni lapho khona bonke bamvu that nawuthi uya-introduce le sport babe nale ngabungamu, babe nale nshisekelo yekudlala le sport. I think even nale turnout letinombolo lebetikhona kumathetha ngicabanga ukuthi iyajabulisa Fabrice, dinhle nawubuka ukuthi mhlawumbe indzawo kumathetha ayikho edolobheni, and nakutawuphuma nebamfana labancane siyathi ukuthi yes itikolo betisesevaliwe, but nakutawuphuma nebamfana labancane bete kutofunza udlala i-table tennis likusasa likhona.
And Master, ngicabanga ukuthi another chance for you, especially you got a chance to talk to them. Nyambona Chabile la ngemuva emabhalane ne top blue t-shirt nyambona President Percy Zulu. Batsini the sport basimukela kanjani, ikakhulu kathi I heard there is a club called Dakota table tennis club, but see how can they be assisted? Titsini thinking at that
Fabrice lokukhulu kakhulu. I think inaku nyalo ematafula, because esikhatsini lesendlulile uthola ukuthi bede lendzawo ekudlala bede ematafula ekudlala. I think now Fabrice ingcinamba lenkulu kakhulu kudzinga ukuthi the coaches labacecesha lo mdlalo kudzinga ukuthi babe consistent lokuya kwabo, because bafikile nje kumathetha akukamele ukuthi bashiye kulenga, kungabi yinvo ukuthi mhlambe balingisela amanye ama-associations lengeke ngize ngiwasho bafune kuthatha tithombe batimikise kule nhlangano lebaphethe emhlabeni kuthiwa no
fund
iyasebenta le fund. Cha, akube nale consistency, bahambe labo coach every week babe khona kude kuthi bangatoshiya labadlali kulenga. I think logo kungenda ukuthi le sport esigcina sikhulile.
Beautiful stuff, and thank you very much to the team that took a drive to Matsetsa in the Lubombo region just to give us these beautiful visuals. I'm looking at the excitement, I'm looking at the envy that they have. They want to take the sport to the next level. Now, the sports that also wants to be on another level is rugby, master. Now, rugby, we've tried this and that. We've got some of the biggest countries. We're neighbors to the defending champions of the World Cup. Can you imagine?
The reigning champions.
Reigning champions. We should be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Brazil, now Uruguay, now Paraguay, they are next to Brazil. They are big. Now, I think we should be big because we're next to South Africa. But we're still lacking behind when it comes to rugby. Over the weekend, master. But when they can just give us the bigger picture when it comes to rugby.
Rugby Union Fabrice beyine tournament yema sevens uyakhumbula ukuthi vele babe seba decide ukuthi tsine lapha even asithatheni lehlangothi la lema sevens sifocus kakhulu kulama sevens so uthi tena kangena ehhovisi president wayo iRugby Union lokungubandilo wakavilakade washo vele kakhulu ukuthi vele bafuna ukufocusa ku rugby sevens kule format yema sevens so nge weekend ke Fabrice kuthathwe cishe bonke badlali kuma regions ishiselweni beyikhokha i-team yayo shothi team shiselweni Bonjeni Manzini Hoho bahlangane badlala lokhu ngijabulisile ke Fabrice because sibona bosisi nje la badlala yona le rugby onke lama regions bekane team leqhamuka ku region ngayinye kubosisi because for a very long time Fabrice umntwana wenvombatana asalele emuva nakudlala sport but sibonile ukuthi inombolo even nale nombolo Fabrice inombolo yabosisi beyinyenti kwendlula bobhuti I think logo nje on its own I record ukuthi inombolo yabosisi labangeta kudlala isport babe banengi kunabobhuti ichubekile ke Fabrice nangala kubobhuti yachubeka ke yona ema regions le tournament lena ke Fabrice njoba sengivedile ukuthi bekuthathwa badlali every team bepickwa shothi ngisho ukuthi pick team le tournament le beyidlalwa bekuyi point system bekude ukuthi mhlambe uyadlala wena ufika quarter final semi final aku final no buthi na udlale nawo onke lama teams bese sekubukwa lo taba nemaphuzu lamanyenti lama point lamaningi bese kuba nguwe ke champion kwendekile ke Fabrice ukuthi yona Lubombo ngala kubobaba but ngala bosisi imanzini ngiyo lebe nama point lamanengi yagcina ithethe le tournament lokusho ukuthi nje manzini currently kubomake ngibo ema champions ngala ka rugby ngala kubobabe Lubombo ngilo lelihamba embili laba bo champion kuyajabulisa Fabrice wathi nawubona amaranzi la kanje kubamvana bemamvombatana laba sesebancane very passionate very passionate and the talent I think ngiko lokumele ukuthi sikushayele tandla Fabrice la ke Fabrice okay nangabe bekudlala ema finals the final lelandzelako kumele ukuthi nabangena labadlali both teams bahambela emkhatsini kwenu nibashaye
so there has to be the hype
hype
ngiyacabanga master as we look at the picture in line good see as a country I understand the focus good see we want to focus on the sevens aside maybe dominate. We've got a country like South Africa, we've got Namibia and Zimbabwe. One of the, when you read how they've grown to be big in rugby, look 70s badlali betikolo. Now we are in Mzansi, most of the schools there is rugby competition, rugby tournament.
Yes,
there's a league sponsored by FNB, if I'm not mistaken, where players are selected. Where Siakolisa went through this competition in school. Can we play around that as a country to say maybe get 3 or 4 players, siba attach kula mavelawa, let's say have got good school programs. Then we can start saying we're getting bigger as a country when it comes to rugby. Because we can't, Master, I don't understand how we keep moving in circles and we're next to the biggest neighbors. For umakaro no mundo lo rich, but you don't engineer, but if Yebo.
nangabe
Katula
makhelwane
letiko.
yeah nangabe makhelwane lonjingile Fabrice angigubhela kwesakhe
They are willing to help. I'm sure they're willing to help.
yes but ke Fabrice lokunye lekumele ukuthi sik understand iminotho yethu ayifani
Okay.
yes that's one number 2 the environment because sikhuluma ngetikolo incumbele etikolo lokhuluma ngato ma private schools uyabona eSouth Africa incumbele etikolo ma private schools laladlala irugby vele utawuthola ukuthi 80% webadlali labente ema sports benda irugby I think lakithi but kancane Fabrice mina nje ngiimpressed I think solo bangenile last year office sibonile bayibamba i-tournament enjabulweni even nalento yasebosiphofaneni bawabamba nyalo bahamba baya etinzaweni letinje ngabo hlatsi I think loko nje Fabrice kukhulu for yona irugby union yaseSwatini le start because lo mthelela noma mhlambe yes lo mthelela kumele ukuthi kwehlele kubo bonke labantwana etikolweni lesikhuluma ngabo because lana nje bebakhona labanye labafundzako etikolweni lokuyinvo lenhle.
Beautiful stuff. We can't wait to see the success and the progress you're talking about or you're referring to. But if it's heading into the right step, then thumbs up for the union that keeps on pushing. Now, beautiful stuff, as we can see, part of the activities that was taking place over the weekend. Now, moving on the last item of the activities today, we're looking at also, these are some of the press presentation, Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association, Mr. Maxwell Jele, just shaking hands with some of the winners on the day, giving them just words of encouragement to keep on doing well. And this is more than just to show them that the sport, it is indeed supported. They can excel and reach the highest level. It is great to see. Let's hope this will keep happening. It is not a once-off tournament. And we want to ensure that these kids, as we can see them excited getting medals, they want to get excited when they get real medals, Master, at the world stage. And Kabangutsi, Eswatini Sports Education Council and Olympic Movement, they must have a plan for that.
Kakhulu Fabrice kakhulu. I think lokunye Fabrice lekumele ukuthi nguvete. Ma associations asewafunze indzaba ye branding. Asewafunze indzaba
branding visibility
ye branding. If because yes ngiyayibona ipull up banner ikhona but late nakhona ibanjwe I think Fabrice if ama associations anga understand ukuthi I branding imcuwa kanganani then batawukhona ukuthi bakhule yes the ladies team yakhona kaManzini laba babo champion bathola lithuba lokushutha naye CEO Ioka naye Mr. Eswatini then I think nje Fabrice etulukwa kukonke ngilokunika lithuba lelinganawo bobonke badlali onke ukhuluma ukuthi ma females ukhuluma ukuthi ma male wathola lelithuba lelinganako then sports khona la siya khona.
Now, beautiful stuff. Thank you very much to the Olympic movement and the king there. We can see Mr. Eswatini, like you said, King Mr. Eswatini. It must be one thing, and I like it because he's part of also the promoter. He wants to promote sports. He wants to make sure that the image of the sports in the country is taking a center stage. And then eventual champions, both sides, both male and female, were handed over trophies as words of encouragement and to push them to the next level. Now, I want us to move to boxing because once again, they are back. And the bigger picture is that we sent an athlete in Russia, Master, that is Thabiso Dlamini. We did all the best, and he's back. And all Africa Games are coming, and he's preparing for the qualifiers of France 2024 Olympic Games. I think it's in Italy, February this year. You saw him fighting. Has he improved? Is he a different Thabiso? Can he punch differently? Can we put so much trust in him, Master? But talk about him. But it doesn't mean he's weaker. Is he giving you what you want? He's our friend. I'm sure he's watching, so he knows that we criticize him positively. Is he one particular person that I know that doesn't really misses his fight. I think they're trying to ensure that he's there in the game. Is the association? Is he where you want him to be?
I think Fabrice kukhona la improve khona. Khona la improve khona. I think lokunye la kuveta le ngunakile Thabiso kakhulu ema punches akhe nawanaka ukuthi beketa ebusweni, but once wavala lapsweni then akhona lama punches la washala siswini ebekanga khona lokho previously uyabona, but nyalo uyakhona ukukwenda lokho. I think lokunye Fabrice lekumele ukuthi improve kuko kudlala against wakuveta ke lokho kudlala against umuntu loshaya sinoma kanjani lidlapha lekushaya. I think once wakhona kumasterisha kudlala nemidlalo lo kanjalo then utawukhona ukuthi because utabathola vele badlali labafana na Mitho, because Mitho udlala na Mitho la uyambona Mitho ukuthi uyashaya nje uyashaya. If angakhona, because this was one of game lengibonile mina ukuthi ema practice match kumele awathole against Mitho, because some of ngiyakhumbula nje ukuthi last year wadlala nomdlalo Senegal noma kuphi wastrugglisha, then lokhu kuyakutshengisa ukuthi if angakhona ukuthi kuloko improve ubese Russia cishe umnyaka wonke uyambona ukuthi okay maybe nalokugcinwa kude kugcinwa lanako le endurance ikhona, but kumele ukuthi afunze kunakule ngikushoko.
There is what we call a universal slot master. In as much as he might fail, I'm not saying he will fail, in as much as he might have difficulties in qualifying for Olympics 2024, because the first round he did not do well, but it's the second round in Italy, so chances are he might qualify using the universal slot, where Baniboga as a country to say under boxing just send someone, under test send someone. Can we put our hopes and say he can do something for us? I can see so from the fight, like you say, the speed is different. There is the endurance, like you highlighted. There is the confidence, because he used to lack confidence. He does that. He has also added experience. And this could be his last Olympics if nothing changes. I'm not sure about his plans, but if you look at for him from the next 4 years, we would love to see Bo Zweli also getting a chance to get on scholarship. Can we say the best is 2024 when it comes to him? Can we expect something from 2024?
Kumele Fabrice, I think le level kumele ukuthi ayinyuse kakhulu kumele ukuthi ayinyuse. Bengicathile ukuthi mhlambe nakabuya eRussia even I know ukuthi one of the best boxers emhlabeni the muscles lesicaba ukuthi kumele abe nawo. Yes, but njoba ngishilo ukuthi endurance even the way lo shaya ngayo the steps elotawathatha la ngaphazi nekujeba Fabrice boxing uyaye uthi na ujeba ngikubukile lokho uyaye uthi na ujeba ngalo left kudzinga ukuthi nasakuvulele lo mvu bese uyalithola lithuba awusammeli uthi jeb uyapunch jeb uyapunch. I think lokho kudzinga ukuthi nakhona le speed sekwenta lokho improve kancane. I think nangakhona ukuthi anyuse lokho then singakhuluma ukuthi in fact Fabrice nawubuka ukuthi thine la ngendasi nelvekati leAfrika kune South Africa kunathi then uhambe uye bo South America bo Mexico yes bo Americas one of them boxers la khona, but incumbi yawo ngilabantu labamnyama sigudi thina ama punches ethu a strong. Ukhuluma bo Mike Tyson, ukhulume ngabo Lennox Lewis, ukhulume ngabo Muhammad Ali, ukhuluma ngabo Floyd Mayweather. The punches kudzinga ukuthi kube ngiwo lalaba strong leswashayako, because sihlukile with the European style. I know ukuthi Thabiso bekase Russia, but vele tsine sine indlela le unique yekushaya sibhakela.
Beautiful stuff. And look at the experienced referee, former boxer himself, trying to just ensure that they are safe there. This is what you want. We want the sport to grow at its best, and we wish him all the best as he keeps on getting ready. These are also other competition, other athletes that fought on the day, Master. Are we seeing some improvement from the so-called upcoming and youngsters in the sport?
Oh yes, Fabrice. Oh yes. I think lokunye Fabrice ngathi nangi before ngiteke lo question yakho. Uyabona ngale mshiya lo labamvu
besacabanga ligama lakho referee Kitso show.
Yes. Labamvu labe tektobukela iboxing. I think lokunye Fabrice kumele ukuthi sishayele tandle because letinombolo letektobukela iboxing. So uyabona ukuthi labamvu ngize ngithi mina hayi man. If ukutaba nebamvu labangetulu kwa 200 labata ukuthi abatobukela iboxing eOlymp Africa, why silive sistrugglishe ku producer the best? Because siyabona kancane labamvu bayabuya ema-sports bawathanda. So sekumele kusi le quality ungibuta nge-level ukuthi iyakhula yini. I think ndokhuluma liqiniso iyakhula because vele bese ilahlekile. Labadlali abancane sebabonile ukuthi okay bajima. I think some of the coaches, some of the academies, because bakhona bo Maxwell Ngwenya kaManzini, bakhona bonathi lo mabhalano wayo association benda busuku nemini ukuthi sibhakela sibuyele sibe kule level lesifunekako, including naye Webster solo angenile naye solo khuluma kubisela sibhakela kubamvu solo khuluma kubisela sibhakela kubamvu. I think siyakubona lokho ukuthi inombolo yangeteka. I think siyakubona i-level sekumele ukuthi nyalo nasiya ngaphandle kufana ne-swimming, nasiya ngaphandle kufana ne-taekwondo, bakhona kubuya nema-medals lapha ekhaya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dlamini, our in-house analyst in Dlamini. That's what he does for a living, taking his entire weekend, going out there, cultivating all sporting codes and making sure that you get all the information, both on Monday for football and on Thursday for football.
Bonga mine Fabrice, I think njoba usho kakhulu Fabrice more than ukuthi mine. I think kakhulu ngumbukele ekhaya le loyal viewer kumele siyinike nangu letsinga ukubukela kumabona kutse wayo.
There you have it. Linda Dlamini, in-house analyst, is out again this weekend because there's a lot to expect, including the golf autism. He will be there, trust me. But more than anything, there is the return of the M10 Premier League this coming weekend. There's a giant fixture of encounter of the Manzini derby between Manzini Wanderers and Moroni Pirates. Both sides are struggling. Who gets the 3 points? Let us just wait and see what happens this coming weekend. And the feedback, you get it on Monday, live here in the studio on Eswatini, to get you the views and the ideas of what took place on the field of play. Until we meet again, Fabrice Msonera, Linda Dlamini, the entire crew that brought you this program of Temidlalo. Senda Ganjo, Sitela Gamnas.
And then when
2024 budget.
Babu Petama January blues.
Back to single ply.
We need to tighten our belts.
Your stomach is already doing that.
Swipe your new reward card and stand to win instant free shopping with Spar. Get 2-liter Spar Extra Shelf Life milk for $34.99. 500-gram Spar Margarine Brick for $19.99. 1-liter liquid fruit for only $21.99. Typec A4 ream paper, 500 sheets for $75.99. Or 500-gram Spar cornflakes, buy 2 for only 40 emalangeni.
And that's why we shop at Spar.